story from the project. Innocent black man. Let me be clear. Damn, man. The story from the project. Innocent black man.
What up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Small Account Challenge. Today is day number 54. At the end of this video today, or the next two videos, I'm going to be explaining top-down analysis and key levels and how to do that. So stick around to the end for today and tomorrow as I do both of those videos. Okay, now let's talk about today. As you can see, I'm wearing green. So you know what that means. It's Money Mondays. And on Money Mondays, we take it to the house for the spouse. But today, I ain't gonna lie, they took it to us. And we ain't come out with a win today. It's okay. It's okay because, like I said, we've been here before and we'll get it back. Now I'm going to tell you exactly how they got us today. In today's midday market recap. All right, y'all. Let's go over the trades from this morning. Today the market sold off in the pre-market pretty heavy. Almost all the stocks I like to watch was pretty much they had gap down. SPY was the one that gapped down the most, so I put my attention on SPY. Hoping I could pull out a win today, but SPY, like I said, SPY got us. Our first trade, we tried to catch SPY to the upside because, of course, you know, it already had gap down. So I figured people would take some profits and it will bounce and start to come back up. It was on that second candle. I was hoping it would bounce. I jumped in. It popped a little bit, but not enough to get any real profits, and it began to sell off again. So I had to stop out. That was the first loss of the day. And you know, once my first trade is a loss, it becomes difficult to trade the way I like to trade, because now I'm trading from a position of handicap because I start holding too long trying to recover the loss. So that's what happened today pretty much. On the next trade, I tried to catch SPY going back up again, right? Because I thought eventually, okay, now the bears will take profits. They did not. It was on the third candle. It popped up a little bit again, came back down and stopped us out. So now we're down about, I think about $30, $35 in the Webull account. So eventually I was like, all right, cool. Let's just wait and see what happens. And wait for some resolution. It was finally on the fourth candle that I jumped in again. It did ride up again. I was able to catch a nice little gain, recover some of the loss. It was a good thing that I saw profit and took profit, because after I took profit, it began to go right back down again. So I was like, wow, the bids are really in control today. So then I said, all right, cool. Since the bids are in control, let's just ride it down to the downside. And on my next trade, I tried to ride it down to the downside. And what happens? Now people start taking profit because I'm not in rhythm with it. And when you're not in rhythm with it, stock, at times you just always catch the wrong side. So I wasn't in rhythm with it. So as it begins to pop back up, I'm hoping for it to be going back down. And now I got to stop out because now people are taking profits, and I'm looking for it to head back down. And that was a bigger loss because I think we might have had two contracts on that one. So now we probably down about $40, $50 on the day. And then I caught one more trade, which pretty much knocked us out. That was to the, also, I'm looking for it to go back up, but now the bids get back in control and it starts going back down. And that's how we pretty much ended the day. The rest of the day was just a washout. We ended the day with about $110, $11, something like that over there. It's okay. Like I said, we've had losses like that before, because I've noticed that now that the account is getting bigger, so I'm able to take more trades, which means it'll be bigger wins and bigger losses. But I still got to keep the losses tight. $100 is still too much of a big loss for me for my account size. But like I said, we'll get it back. We just got to put the guardrails on and trade our strategy and be careful. As I notice now, the market is trending downward, so I got to be careful and wait for resolution. Anyway, that's how the day went. Like I said, we'll be back at it for day number 55. Now let's get into the training I wanted to talk about, which is top-down analysis and key levels. Okay, so let's talk about top-down analysis. So what is top-down analysis? Top-down analysis is simply zooming out on a larger time frame, then zooming back down, top-down, zooming back down to a smaller time frame to get a better picture or perspective or sentiment of the stock before you enter the trade. Let's pull up a stock and do this together. We're gonna pull up Apple. We're gonna do this together. All All right, Apple. We're going to go to the, now let's say for an example, I wanted to take a position on Apple to the, let's say to the upside. I'm going to be bullish on Apple. All right, so I'm looking at, let's say looking at the 5-minute chart. And Apple at the moment on the 5-minute chart is kind of trading in a range. Okay, I don't see it going below 250 or going above 250, 152-ish. All right, so I say cool. All right, so let me zoom out. Let me do top-down analysis and zoom out to see what direction Apple was really going. So I leave the 5-minute. I go all the way up to the weekly chart. And as I look at the weekly chart, I can see over the past weeks, Apple has been going up. And then there was a doji candle the last week, which lets me know doji candles are candles of indecision or candles of changing direction. So it was going up. There's a doji candle, and now we have a red candle beginning this week. All right. So now, as I begin looking at Apple, I said, okay, cool. Apple was beginning to go down. So let me see where could I get in position on Apple if I want to catch some of this movement. So now I go from the weekly, zooming closer to the daily. So now the daily chart shows price action every day over the last day, depending on what you have your stock chart set. So now the daily shows me today and Friday Apple was trending downward. Remember, the weekly showed it was going up, candle of indecision, then begin to trend downward. All right, cool. Remember, my position was I wanted to catch Apple as it was going back up. So remember, we don't buy, we don't chase. So right now, Apple was going the direction that I needed to go. So now on the daily chart, by it's trending downward, I need to go, okay, now where can I find a level of support and then get in? Let me go over to zooming closer or zooming more to the 1 hour. I leave the daily and go into the 1 hour. Now, as I look at the 1 hour chart on Apple, it shows that Apple had popped up a little bit within the last hour and it began to fade back down. So now, remember, my position is I want to catch Apple as it's going back up. So I'll probably have, based on my top-down analysis, I'll probably have to wait for the next candle, which would, on our chart, according to this time frame, would be 12 o'clock, and see what that candle is going to do. Like I said, because remember, we're trending downward, which is what I want. I wanted to trend downward because I don't want to buy high. I want to buy at a discount. It's trending downward, but the hour candles are on the present hour candle. I missed my entry, so I need to wait for it to the next hour candle to see exactly what it's going to do. Because with top-down analysis, your entry is, if you want to catch it to the upside, you wait for it to be going to the downside. You want to catch it to the downside, you wait for a long candle in a nutshell, be on the upside, because as it hits that resistance, you catch it going the other way. So that's how pretty much you do top-down analysis. You zoom out to a larger time frame to see what the stronger trend is, and begin to zoom in closer to see how you can get into the trade. Anyway, that's top-down analysis. Hope you guys understand that. Tomorrow we'll be talking about key levels and exactly where you can get in after doing your top-down analysis. All right, y'all. Peace.